Sometimes we think we are strong enough to handle every situation until the unimaginable happens and we become so desolated, like in the case of grief. The interesting thing about grief is that until we are the victims, we see grief as an easy to go through process where we can quickly and easily come out of it. Hi darlings, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, like, comment and share these videos with others to do same. Oh, if you've not watched my previous videos, please take some few minutes to do so. The year 2022 has been a difficult and tough year for me because I lost two most important people in my life, a friend and an aunt. In the case of my friend, she was sick and her situation was hopeless, but I was hopeful, and as a Christian, I was depending on God to come through for her. There are people who have been in her situation and have been healed or were treated and they came out as if nothing ever happened. So I was praying and hoping that God would come through for her too. But unfortunately, it did not happen. The miracle, the testimony we were waiting for today in testify never happened. In addition to how I felt when I lost my friend, I was angry at God. Yeah, I was. I was so mad at God about my friend's situation because this is a young girl in her prime who had so much to offer. She had an infectious personality, great sense of humor, and she was very intelligent, who won so many awards. I was so hurt that after all these achievements, he could not actualize it to impact other people's life, but rather sent it to the grave. My auntie's case was a shock to us all. It was sudden because she was not sick, but it happened. Even though I was hurt, I saw myself thanking God for her life and for using her to impact my life by showing me kindness, compassion, and love. My aunt is someone who never ceases to use the opportunity to shower you with praises, telling you how she loves you and how she's proud of your achievements. Through the grieving process, I've been able to understand that there are things that we can't really do anything about it than to rather accept things just as they are. In my last episode, I spoke about grief and loss as well as the stages of grief. And on today's episode, I'll be highlighting 7 healthy ways to cope with grief and loss. Acknowledgement of your pain is the first step. This is where it hurts and you recognize it as such. You embrace the truth that you are really suffering from your loss and accept the fact that you cannot do anything about what you are experiencing. And once you come into terms with it, it introduces you to the second step, which is accepting the different emotions that may occur as a result of your grief. It's okay to feel lonely, it's okay to want to withdraw from people, it's okay to lose appetite and other emotions that come with it. But you get to accept things as they are without questions. The next thing to do is seeking help from professionals, and these professionals include clinical psychologists, experienced doctors, and loved ones. Experts in this area identify the best solution to help the situation. It is important to know that those offering service in form of help must understand that their presence rather than fewer words are important to the people going through grief. So seek help when you are lonely, restless, helpless, when you begin to neglect personal care, grief, and household tasks or chores, and above all, when you begin to have suicidal thoughts. The fourth step is finding a grief support group where you get the opportunity to speak about how you feel and you are consoled with the fact that you are in the midst of people who truly understand how and what you feel and are readily available to listen to you. This helps you find solace and begin to handle grief. Another important step is keeping a journal where you write about how and exactly what you are feeling. Even though a lot of people don't see this as a major step, I believe it's important to write away your sorrows, your sadness, and pain as a way of helping you to cope and heal with your grief. So, darling, write it all away. The fifth step is to take a break or a vacation. This is heavily encouraged after seeking help from a professional and not prior to that. You get to visit a serene environment where you forget about your grief, your current circumstance, the past, and focus on identifying steps to forge on in life and making yourself and future better. The final step is being patient with yourself. God knows exactly what He is doing, and understand that you cannot fully understand Him nor His ways. So don't be so hard on yourself. Be patient, be kind on yourself. You may have regrets because you were not there for the disease. But the good thing about this is that we learn from these situations to shape in our life and become better people, so that in the future we may render this support to others who may truly need it. One thing you have to understand and know is that we all grieve differently, so be gentle on yourself. And before you realize it, you would have healed from your grief and loss, and share your experience with others to also overcome their grief. Before I sign out, reflect on these words by Aristotle, and I quote, "It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light." Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in my next video. Bye!